Here's a productivity tip for when you need to do things multiple times. I have 68 different road layers and I want to buffer them all. So I don't want to do it one by one. If I go to Vector, Geoprocessing Tools and Buffer, I could do it one by one, but in these situations you should see a button that says Run as Batch Process. So we're going to do that. You will also see, if you search for something in the processing toolbox, in this case Buffer, you could double click to activate it, but if you right click you'll also see the Execute as Batch Process option. So we'll do that now, and the options you see here in the columns, they're the individual parameters when you're performing something like a buffer. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'll click in the input layer column to select from open layers, and I'll hit select all because I want to do all of them, and click OK. My buffer distance here I want to be 10 kilometers, so that's 10,000 meters. I'll do that in the first one and I'll hit fill down. Segments is like the smoothness of the buffer edge, so I'll do 50 there and I'll fill down. Round and round for end and join cap, and miter is going to be 2 there, fine, I'll leave them. I want to dissolve the result because if I don't I'll have loads of individual circles around each road segment, so I'm going to hit yes there and I'll fill down. The thing that's a bit confusing about batch processing is how you save file names. So what you should do, and what I usually do, is click the browse button, browse to the folder where you want to save it, and then I usually just put in something like the name of what I've done to the file. So I'll type in buffer and an underscore, and I'll hit save. And once you hit save, that's when you see these autofill settings. So I'm going to fill it with parameter values, and the parameter I'm going to use is the input layer, so the input layer name will be in the file name. So if I hit OK, you can see what I mean. The first one's called buffer day 14M, buffer day 1M, and so on. I'm going to load layers when it completes. That'll give me 68 layers on my map, so it'll be a bit crazy, but that's fine. And then I just hit run. And as you can see, it's completing and we're getting these buffered layers adding. It's very quick on mine. I see that one failed, so I'll usually just check that out. I can look at the log, but if I scroll up, I can see some red text. Something didn't work. It didn't create one for A14M. Okay, because I had that in twice, that's fine. So let's close that, and then we can see we've got all these files. Perfect. And if I double click one of them, in the left hand side you can see they're all named properly. I'll double click one, I'll go to information, I can see what it's stored, that's fine. If I look at that folder on my computer, we can see all the individual files. So that's how you can do batch processing in QGIS, and it's super useful.